I am not okay. And you know what? That is perfectly okay. You know, it's a topic that we don't always talk about because, in everyday life, we get asked that question. Hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks for asking, but I don't really want to talk about my feelings. So we're going to talk about that today. Stick around. Thanks for joining me. And as I mentioned in the opening, I am not okay, but being okay with not being okay. And what does that even mean? I put a challenge out there to anyone who's struggling at all, not feeling okay. Everybody in the universe has days where they're not okay. And that is totally okay and fine. But have you ever noticed, and you ask somebody, or you get asked yourself, hey, you doing okay? They might sense or see that you might be a little bit down or, off your game, whatever. And the natural response is, yeah, I'm okay. But why do we do that? We put up these facades and masks, and a lot of it's probably about fear, but I think it's cultural conditioning as well. And so the problem, what is the problem? I am not okay. And what's the solution? Well, it might seem really simple and a little bit ridiculous when you hear it about just being okay with not being okay. But it depends upon the level of the problem and where are we at with being not okay. So I struggled with addiction for a great many years through a lot of years of my life. And, I was not okay. But I was always trying to put out that mask, if you will, or share with the world, I am okay. I'm not going to air my laundry out. And if anybody asks, yeah, I'm okay. Uh, Test one of your friends next time. I challenge you. The next time somebody asks you if you're okay, no, no, I'm not okay. Obviously, if you're having one of those days where we're not okay, right? Or it could just be a test to see how they respond, I guess. The reason I throw that out there is, you know, how many of our friends are really our friends? That's obviously a topic for a different video, but in having to change my whole surroundings almost in order to move away from my addiction and get to a sober life and happiness. I had to, one, I found out who my friends were, real friends, and two, I understood what I had to do in order to make the positive changes and create that environment. But when we're not okay, it's a real struggle. We isolate. We don't want to talk about how we're feeling. Do we even trust the other people that are asking us to share, these feelings? And it's not necessarily an invitation to, all right, I'm not okay. Come and talk to me about it. It's just more mentioning, hey, and recognizing within ourselves, I'm not okay. Not okay at this moment. I haven't been okay for, there was a time I hadn't been okay for a great number of years. And I was not okay with admitting that for a long time. And there, denial and a lot of other things with addictive behavior and everything else. But it sounds so simple on the surface, but it does take some introspection and just letting go. You have to let go of that social, what we think is a requirement to be okay all the time. It's ridiculous. It's unachievable. Nobody's perfect. But society, the media, a lot of the, you know, entertainment that we watch is, we see the perfection, we see the Adobe Photoshopped, photos of uh, glamour shots or whatever. It's even becoming more so that case. I mean, you scroll through your social media. Oh well, hey, if you want to look, your regular snapshot, if you want it to look professional, try this app. And it's really cool and it's awesome, but technology is certainly a challenge. And apologize for going off topic here, but there's a lot of nuances and intertwined workings that really boil down to where we're not okay. And, you know, I if you haven't subscribed and liked my channel, please do so. I want to continue making these videos. I relate to the struggles in life. I relate to not being okay, and I know what it is now to be okay, but I also, the bigger key is I recognize and know what it was like to finally admit, hey, you know what? It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to get that help. It's okay to share my feelings. It's okay to share my story. It's okay to, uh, admit to another human being, and God, of course. Obviously, that's the big one. At least for me, has been a spiritual relationship. And I was to the point to where I was not okay. I had closed the door completely. And if you close the door completely on a spiritual possible relationship, and granted, if you're atheist, that's a different story, but that's a scientific relationship. I would still think similarly, but then there's that closes the door on all positive relationships, at least from my perspective. So if you ever have those days you're not okay, if you've been struggling with not being okay for some time, that lifeline, reach out for help, but even more importantly, recognize that it's okay. We can have those days, we can have those years, we can have those moments. Things can get better, but we have to start. We have to start with ourselves. Thanks for watching.